All good.
210 Boxing TV here with the legendary Roy Jones Jr. Epic fight last night. Terence Crawford stops Errol Spence in the 9th round. What are your thoughts?
It's just what I expected. I mean, you gotta understand the dynamics of those two guys' fighting style. No disrespect for Errol Spence because I like Errol Spence too. Errol Spence is one of my favorite pressure fighters on the planet. But you gotta be able to do something other than pressure to beat Terence Crawford. So if you can't do more than apply pressure, it's not gonna work. So I knew that because pressure has been so good for him for so long, he didn't work on nothing else. But pressure's not gonna be enough for Errol. I mean for Terence. Terence is a different fighter. Terence can fight left-handed, Terence can fight right-handed, Terence can fight even-handed, Terence can do a lot of things. So you gotta have a B, C, and a D to even get in the ring with Terence. You got just an A, you gotta have an absolutely remarkable A or it ain't gonna work. And his A is remarkable, but just not enough for Terence.
It worked for Spence in his career. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were talking about he would be the bigger man because Crawford started at 135, Spence started at 154. But was Crawford the bigger man come fight night?
He wasn't a bigger man. Spence still was the bigger man, but
the size didn't look like that though.
It did to me. If you know what you're looking at, it did actually. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing. The other thing is my hat goes off to Errol Spence for taking the fight because say what you want to say, I know this. When your body go through traumatic changes, traumatic stress, you're not the same. That man got threw out of a car doing over 120 miles an hour. He's not the same. I don't care what nobody says. So I understand, and I know he want to be the best, and I appreciate it. I applaud him for that. But when you go through something like that, man, it's not fair to you because I know mine wasn't so traumatic, but coming down 25 pounds from heavyweight back down light heavyweight, that shit killed me, bro. So I know what it is. He went through that car accident. You understand what I mean? They had to bring him down there back to life. They had to bring him back to life. That says a lot, man. That takes a lot out of you. I don't care what nobody tell you. So, not that I already knew his boxing skills didn't match Bud, but I thought he had a better chance before the accident than he did after.
With Crawford, right? Crawford had hurt him early. A lot of people were expecting, okay, Spence might start off fast because Crawford is a slow starter. But did you expect Crawford to start off that fast and hurt him right away?
Crawford not a slow starter. They what they don't understand about Crawford. Crawford is a real boxer, right? A real boxer goes out, collects data, then he attacks on the data that he's collecting. Now he might get that data in the first round, he might get that data in the second round. I guess Tom Delorme, it took him 3.5 rounds to collect the data.
He was kind of losing that fight.
But once he he was collecting data. Once he collected, he got a hold on the phone. On the interview. Once he collected the data, he went to work on it. Errol brought the data to him because Errol was stepping in with a jab. So he said, oh, this easy. So he waited the second round, he stepped in with a jab, he boom, boom, and dropped it. That took the momentum right there. Now he just collected a little bit more data, and he took off on it. So in the 8th round, the guy tells me, why did he back off of it? I said, because he's getting himself a rest to try to come and stop him in the next round. And that's exactly what he did. So it's like, you gotta know what you're looking at. Terence not a slow starter. Terence just goes out and collects data first, which is what a great champion, a great pound fighter is supposed to do. Great fighters don't go out and throw their game out there on you right away. A chess player don't come out and come try to put you in check, make the first move. He'll be a stupid chess player. He'll lose almost every time. A chess player comes out and see where you at, see where your mind at, see where you trying to go. Then he cut all that shit off, but you can't go nowhere. But you first got to see where you're going. If he can't see where you're going, how you gonna cut you off? So that's not a slow starter. That's a manipulative, smart starter.
Do you feel like with Spence, as you mentioned, he had that plan? He had that plan A, so he's a pressure fighter. But once he got dropped, then it's like, okay, where's the plan B and plan C and plan D?
He ain't gonna have no plan B in place. That's what I told you. But this way, he got mad at me because I said this. But like I told people,
remember last time we were talking about, like, yeah, we can't really talk about it.
You can't get any feelings about that. But my problem was, I ain't seen you but a few times. But the times I've seen you, it's always been pressure. I watched Bud grow up on HBO. I seen Bud win fights doing all types of things, left-handed, right-handed, having to switch up between fights sometimes, having to change the dynamics so a guy do this. I seen him make adjustments. Making adjustments is what separates the good from the great. You understand me? I never saw Errol have to make an adjustment because the pressure was so good, he didn't have to make an adjustment.
It worked against everybody.
So you didn't have to make no adjustment. So you think, well, why would I change over him? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Very true. But this is a little bit different horse you're finna ride right now. You can't ride this horse like you would the rest of them. He different.
I saw you going to the locker room afterwards with Crawford. What did you tell Terence?
I didn't see him. I was going to see him, but it took too long.
There's too many people there?
Yeah, too many people there, and I didn't want to crowd him, so I kind of left out and went ahead on. I went and saw Eminem, then I got up out of there.
Everyone, all the OGs in the game, yourself, Orlando Canizales, I could go on. They all picked Crawford.
Because we know the game. We know the game of boxing. OGs that understand boxing, understand the game of boxing. I had a guy tell me when I walked out the weigh-in the other day, I see you on the other side, OG. He's saying I know what you're trying to say, but you got to understand, I don't hate your guy. I like your guy. It's just that I haven't seen your guy show me enough changes, enough abilities to change that I think he can beat this guy. I don't like your guy. No, that's not like this guy. It's just that this guy grew up watching him fight. I know what this guy is. I don't know what your guy is. I don't see your guy do one thing, and he do that good, which is why I like him. But I haven't seen him do nothing else. I ain't seen nobody make him do nothing else. So I can't tell you that I think he's gonna beat this guy.
Talk about Crawford's energy, right? At the weigh-in, the way he came out. You know how they did the face-off? I was noticing certain things, like Spence looked away, Spence tried to shake his hand.
I bet good to see, but okay, be careful. So
I noticed like as we mentioned,
thank you, brother.
Spence, as I mentioned right at the weigh-in, the way Crawford came out, his vibe, and the way Spence was kind of friendly, shaking his hand. Well, what did you notice about everything leading up to the fight?
What I noticed about that is just what I've been telling people. I'm steadily trying to fight you, but you act like you're not really trying to fight me. What'd that tell you? You know you can't beat me. Yeah. So I know once I do get you tricked into fighting me, I got you. You dead. You dead in the water. I know this already. You understand me? It's like you just got to know certain little subtle things. If a man chasing you this long trying to do everything he can to make the fight happen, and you steadily saying, no, that man know you don't want him. So when he finally got you, you're like, oh, I got him now. That's it.
There was a lot of
psychological. Yeah, I got him now. He just signed the contract. I got him now.
Is this what boxing needed though? Like when you fought James Toney, you had an undefeated versus undefeated. A lot of people said that Tony was going to beat you. Is this what we needed in boxing?
This is what had to happen. This was the best fight for boxing in the last 10 years, maybe the last 20 years, because you got a undefeated welterweight and an undefeated welterweight. Now, granted, one of them has been a little bit stricken because he had a car accident, but they both are undefeated welterweights.
It was a 50-50 fight coming in.
That's my point. On paper, it was 50-50 coming in, yes. And that's what we need in boxing.
You always talk about the greats, right? Your guys, Salvador Sanchez, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Robinson, Ali. Is Terence Crawford up there now with those guys?
Right, he's been up there. He's been up there. He just didn't have the opponent to put his name up there. That was the opponent last night to help put his name up there. And now they can solidify. Now we can say he's pound number one. Because you got to remember, I really don't think Tyson Fury was the fighter Crawford is, but because Tyson Fury had Wilder, the trilogy kind of put him on the top of the ladder. You feel me?
Yeah. Because
he had that opponent. Well, suffering from the same thing. I suffered from for a long time. But now that he got the opponent, now he takes his place, his rightful place, back at the top of the ladder.
I texted you this morning, right, and I was like, man, Crawford, man, I didn't know he was like that. And what you text me, I've been knowing.
I've been knowing it. But yeah, I watched him grow up on HBO. I've been knowing. That's why I've been telling people for so long. This dude ain't what y'all think he is.
A lot of times the pound for pound right is debatable, but right now, is this the most clear number one, like back in your day when it wasn't a question when you were number
one? Clear, uncut right now. Because you fought another undefeated pound for pound guy. That's clear cut now. The best beat the best at one of the best weight classes. What? We talked Tommy Harris, Sugar Ray. This is the first time this happened since then. How can he not be pound for pound again?
Afterwards, right, after Crawford had knocked down Spence the second time, I don't know if you noticed this, he looked at Charlo, Jermell, and started talking some trash to him. Do you think that may happen in the future?
Well, I'm going to keep it real with you. Jermell got his own hand full.
Canelo?
So he better even think about Terence Crawford right now. So, and depending on how that fight turns out, if he wins at 68, he probably won't try to stay up there. Why would he come down? He'll try to take the benefit of this fight. What are he going to come back down from? But if he loses, it depends on how bad he loses, whether he want to see that.
How do you see him the fight playing out with Canelo?
I don't know yet. All depends on how big he gets and how well he's trained.
We had a crazy incident, right? Caleb Plant. I know you saw Caleb Plant. He had snuffed Charlo. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that? Charlo got to get that get back with Caleb.
No, man. These guys are in a different era, different time frame.
It would never happen in your time.
No. I ain't gonna say that. It's just that it's a little bit different. It's like nowadays in life, period. Respect is not the same. You understand me? Now, you don't touch a man's face without that man telling you to. You understand me? And that man tell you to stop, you don't do it again, that's just complete disrespect now. So if he don't react, if Caleb don't react the way he did, then he ain't what we think he is.
They gonna think he's sweet.
Kenneth did what he had to do because he told you to keep your hands out of the face. So it's a bad incident. I don't like those type of incidents in boxing. I like them to save fights for the ring. But if it got to happen that way, then you got to do what you got to do.
Well, leaving off, Roy, how was it last night? We had all the legends here, yourself, Mike, Riddick Bone, Antonio Tarver, you name it, it was here. How was it being here and, you know, you being one of the guests at the event last night?
An electrifying atmosphere, one of the best atmospheres you're ever going to experience. I just really enjoyed it. I loved it. I'm thankful to both fighters, Terence, Crawford, and Errol Spence, that they made the fight happen because this is the fight the fans needed to see.
And this is what boxing means, right?
That's what boxing has to have. And I thank Tank and Garcia for starting it. Then I thank Loma and Haney for following it up. And then I think these guys finally top it off the puzzle. Now we starting to get somewhere in boxing.
You know how it is, Roy. We love fighting. We grew up watching.
In our blood.
It's on our blood. We got to watch something fight. So last night, when you were there, I bet you just, like I said, the people that weren't there, they don't understand the atmosphere.
No.
I don't remember atmosphere like that in the last 10, 20 years.
Yeah, you had to beat us the best atmosphere in the last 20 years because you had 2 undefeated. You understand me? When you got 2 undefeated, that's a beautiful thing.
All right, man. Anything you want to leave off for today, Roy?
Hey, I just want to say thank God the fight finally happened. Fans, y'all see what boxing really is about. Boxing is still alive as long as we get the right fights. And I appreciate both champions for stepping up and proving who's the best champion. And I just love boxing. I think boxing got a great shot in the arm last night. That was beautiful for boxing. Now let's ride.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, Roy.